Welcome back to another Pokemon Throwback Thursday, where every single Thursday morning I post a video covering everything vintage. I just feel like vintage does not get enough love these days, and we also go through all the big auction sales over the last week. And I do got to mention, if you guys could do me a massive favor and hop over to my Instagram and please give me a follow there, I would really appreciate that. I post something there every single day, whether it's Pokemon news or something from my personal collection. I promise you will not be disappointed. And also, if you'd like to support more, you can now join my membership. It's only 99 cents a month in my eBay store. And of course, if you guys do like this content, please make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell, and leave a like and comment. Just know, if you do comment, I comment back to every single person. I feel like it's the absolute least I can do. And we're going to try something a little bit different today, so please let me know in the comments if you guys do like this. We're going to focus in on just a couple sets. So we're going to look at Unlimited Base Set and Shadowless Base Set. We're going to check all the holo prices, maybe a few non-holo prices, and we're going to also see how much these cards were during the boom and see what they are now. And then for the auctions, we're also going to switch that up. Now, it is super cool to see cards sell for $5, $10, $15, $20,000, but let's be real, 99% of people can't afford these cards. So we're going to look at cards that sold for $1,000 or less in the last week. So we're checking the Unlimited Base Set Charizard. It's crazy how expensive this card is in a PSA 10. Last sold $11,799. $30,000 in October of 2020, and then one sold for $28,000 in 2021. And it did get down to $9,000 in October 2023. Let's check raw. So we got an excellent condition here for $300. Another excellent condition for $300. We got a moderately played, lightly played for $249. Another excellent condition for $349. Near mint, lightly played for $380. Near mint for $295, and another near mint for $482. So if I had to put an average on it, I would say for near mint, looks like you're going to be spending close to $350 to $400 at least. Still not terrible for this card when you really think about it. All right, let's hop to the Blastoise. Super cool card also. $2,000 in a PSA 10. Let's check that. Time during the boom here. Almost $7,000 in November of 2020. Then another one at $5,299 in 2021. And just recently, I mean, it was $4,500 in 2023. Coming down right now at $1,936. So let's check that raw. But yeah, the last sale here was just a few days ago. PSA 10, $2,000 for the Unlimited Blastoise. Let's see, we got a moderately played for $42, lightly played $69. Trying to find that near mint. Here's a PSA 9 for $571. Lightly played for $115. Another raw for $145, so that'll probably be closer to the near mint price. Lightly played for $70. Where's the near mint? Come on now. PSA 9 $400. And not seeing a near mint anywhere, to be honest. There's one, $87. Another one right here for $90. So it looks like you're going to be spending at least $100 raw to get this card, which I always say, compare this to Sword and Shield alternate arts, price-wise. Yes, Sword and Shield alternate arts do win art-wise, but again, these are the first cards. Like, this has history behind it. So you can never forget that. All right, checking the Venusaur. Venusaur never gets the love, is always cheaper than the Blastoise. Last sold for PSA 10 is around $1,000. Let's check the boom. $5,700 in October of 2020. And then $2,500 in January 2022. Checking the raw, says amazing condition, $35. We got another raw here for $46. Doesn't say condition. Make sure you put condition when you sell your cards. $55 for that one. Let's see if we can find a near mint. Here's a PSA 9 for $289. That's not bad. Lightly played, moderately played, $33. Come on, where's that near mint? Here's a couple nines. $349, $294, $268. So almost $100 difference there. But again, you know, don't just buy the grade. You got to look at the actual card in the case too. So never forget that. Another PSA 9 for $270. Here's a raw near mint for $75. Here's a mint for $160. So let's just say, well, we got a near mint here for $36. I don't trust that price. So let's say around $100 probably to get this card for near mint condition. All right, next we got the Alakazam. Very solid card. Last sold says $482 in a PSA 10, coming down right now. Raw near mint, $50 right off the bat, and a PSA 9, $135. Another near mint for $40. And there's that PSA 10, 482 right there. All 4 sales is what we needed to see. And we got to check the all time here during COVID. So it was about $2,000 in October 2020 during the big boom. So definitely coming down in price a lot. Let's keep it moving. Checking the Raichu. Now it's around $1,000 in a PSA 10. Let's check that all time. Give it a second to load up. So many sales. $2,000, November 12th, 2020. Let's check the raw here. Near mint 35. Lightly played near mint $29.99. Near mint 35. Another near mint 25. So pretty affordable, $35. Probably about the average right there. Next we got the Zapdos. Love this art. I like this art more than the fossil Zapdos. PSA 10, $400. Got to check the boom here. So was $918 in a PSA 10. Honestly, pretty cheap. I thought it'd be a little more expensive. We got a lightly played for 20, PSA 9 for 123, near mint for 30, lightly paid 13. We got 13 photos on that one for $16.99. Doesn't say the condition. And a near mint for $30. I'd say that's probably the average, 35 for a near mint condition unlimited holo. Next, we got the Mewtwo. Super cool card. $700 in a PSA 10. I'm excited to see this one. Should be over $1,000. Yeah, $2,300 in 2020. Checking raw near mint or better says $20. Lightly paid near mint raw 25. Another near mint down here for $25 for the Mewtwo. Next, we got the Chansey. Now, remember, Chansey's super tough to grade. Chansey was probably the least popular holo, so a lot of kids did not take care of their Chanseys. It's coming down in price right now. I mean, was $3,700 in March 2024. Now it's $2,300. Checking the boom. Oh, well. Well, $3,700. $3,900. So, I mean, that's pretty recently. I mean, it's still $2,100 right now, but in 2024, we had a sale as high as we did in 2022, which is pretty wild if you think about it. We got a PSA 942. We got a $25 near mint, $1.99 heavily played. Kind of crazy. $85 PSA 9, and another near mint for $25. All right, we got the Gyarados. In my opinion, the Gyarados is probably the best art of all of the unlimited base set holos. I think it's just beautiful. Not my favorite Pokemon. I love Gyarados, don't get me wrong, but art-wise, I think the Gyarados and the Ninetales are top tier. This card is $500 in a PSA 10. Checking that all time. $1,500 in 2020. So we got near mint here, unlimited, 27. Lightly played, $8.99. That's crazy. PSA 10, that's the $500 one. That was just a few days ago. Lightly played, 20. We got a near mint for 30 and another near mint for 30. It's kind of crazy how they're all kind of almost the same price. We got the Nidoking, or at least for the raw unlimited. Coming up a little bit, PSA 10, $500. Let's check that boom. Was $1,184 in 2020. We got a near mint here for 15, PSA 9 for 90, another near mint for 22. Doesn't say here about $35, but I'm guessing that is near mint also. All right, we're getting down there, getting to the last few. Clefairy, another card too that was not very well taken care of, which is why it's, you know, $1,100 in a PSA 10. Checking that, boom. $2,200 in 2020. And let's check for a near mint, $5.50. No, I don't trust that one. And that PSA 10 was very recent too, last few days. We got a near mint for $25, which is what I was guessing, and a few here for 20. So next we got the Magneton. I feel like this is another one that's not super popular. I mean, Magneton got multiple cards for these first few sets. PSA 10, $549 though. I mean, it was just $700 in March. Go to that boom time. Yeah, that $1,000 is about the same price as it was during the boom. So in April it was $1,000. of 2021, and now September of 2023 it was 1,000. So that one held its value pretty good. We got a 9 for 125 bucks, and we got a near mint for $11.99. The near mint for 20. Lightly paid for 15. Near mint for 20. God, these prices are just so cheap. Getting to my favorite art here, the Nine Tails. Absolutely beautiful. Going up in price right now. Was $349 in the 10. Now $650. Checking that all time. Was $1,455 in 2020. Checking raw. Near mint, $18.99. $18.99. $19.99. $16.18 for a lightly played. That's very, very cheap. Under 20 bucks is wild. All right, last two holos. We got the Poliwrath. I love Poliwrath. I love this card. Was just $379 in a PSA 10, but last sold it is $500. So coming up in price a little bit. And that boom price was $1,000. And let's check for near mint, 22. Doesn't say 22, so around 25 bucks for the Poliwrath. And last on the list, the Hitmonchan, another card that does not get very much love, which I'm a big fan of. PSA 10 was $849 in June. Now it's $1,100. This card's very, very tough to find in a PSA 10 because, again, just kids did not take care of the cards they didn't really like. So let's see if we can find a couple near mints here. We got one for $23.47. We got the 9 for $109. Another near mint for $15. Another 9 for $105. Is that a... Yeah, another 9 for $90 and $80. Solid deal compared to what the other people paid. All right, and we got to check Dragonair, my all-time favorite base set card. Coming down in price a little bit in a PSA 10. Last sold $139. Checking that boom price. Got all the way up to $425. I just think this card is absolutely beautiful. I think it has the best background out of any base set card. If you take every card and you turn it into a full art, like actual illustration rare, Dragonair would have the best scene, hands down. Like, hands down. I've looked at everyone, I've studied them all, and yes, I'm super biased because Dragonair is my favorite Pokemon, but the art is top tier. All right, let's check raw. I always try to pick this card up when I see it. Near mint, $9.50. Let's see if we can find more. Lightly played, 10 bucks. All right, now we're also going to check a couple of the sealed products here, just super quick. We're going to check the base set unlimited booster pack. So we got the Charizard art, $409. Blastoise art, $319. Venusaur art, $315. We got one here that says heavy and light available at $625. I'm guessing that is a heavy. Then we got Venusaur art for $319. Charizard $414. Charizard $339. 360 doesn't say. Factory seal doesn't say. $399, $389. That's a heavy $389 Venusaur pack. We got another heavy Blastoise pack sold for $430. Another heavy pack sold for $510. Just kind of cool to see that. And then especially with the whole scanning thing going on now, you know, the prices on these packs are going to start being all weird. We'll check out the base set box too, just for fun here. Last sold 12 grand. And then before that was 13 grand, 12 grand, 17 grand, 15 grand. But I mean, that was all in 2024, those last 5 sales. And the last sale was in June, so not super, super long ago. All right, hopping to Shadowless. Now, in my opinion, I feel like Shadowless is my favorite out of the unlimited, you know, Shadowless and first edition Shadowless. To me, the cards look the cleanest. Like my OCD, it's all neat and perfect. You know, we don't have a random shadow on one side and or a first edition stamp on one side. So big fan of Shadowless. So if some of these prices are doable, you know, maybe skip the unlimited and just go Shadowless, because a lot of these cards are somewhat affordable if you compare them to the first edition. So we're checking the Charizard Shadowless card. Just love it. It's so beautiful. So last sold was $47,970. Now, sometimes with these sales on these huge cards, they're a little off because, I mean, so many people buy this card in person. And we're talking very expensive cards. So I don't really trust that too much. We're going to check the raw here for this. So near mint, $867. That was just a few days ago. 730. Doesn't say the condition. 581. We got a 285 heavily played. $760. So, I mean, remember, this is the most expensive Shadowless card. So if you started off with the rest and saved up for this, it's not impossible. I mean, it's the price of a Moonbryon. So, all right, let's keep looking. Let's see if we can actually get, it says clipped trimmed edges, $479. Wouldn't buy that. A couple lightly playeds here for $1,200. Wow. PSA 9, $5,000. Lightly played near mint for $1,300. So it looks like you're more towards about the $1,500 mark for a near mint. And we almost forgot to check the all-time here for this card. Did get up to $75,000 in a PSA 10. Super wild. Next, we got the Venusaur here. PSA 10, last sold $2,842. Checking that all-time, $8,600 in 2021. So has dropped a good amount. Checking the raw, we got a played for $87. Looking for near mint, lightly played $199. Mint grade worthy $152. So, you know, pretty affordable. Yes, I know the Shadowless Charizard is not very affordable, but again, you know, it's a card you could save up for. So remember, Shadowless isn't impossible to complete. We got a PSA 9, $775. Another 9 for $700. We got a 188 here. Still doesn't say near mint. And there's that PSA 10 sale for $3,000. All right, let's keep cruising along. Next, we got the Alakazam. PSA 10 last sold $6,100. Check that boom price. And that is right now, which is wild. Not sure if that is correct. I'm going to have to double check that. PSA 9 last sold for $500. Another one, $600. And then we got a model played for $25. Lightly played here for $70. Near mint, $205 for the Shadowless Alakazam. Next, we got the big boy Blastoise. Love this card. $5,800 in that 10. And that all-time $7,500 in a 10. So still holding really, really good value. Last raw. Let's see if we can find that near mint. We got a couple sales at $200. Doesn't say condition. Another sale at $350. Doesn't say condition. PSA 9, $1,847. There we got a near mint here at $75. But so many times people put Shadowless when it's actually not Shadowless. They just don't know. We got a PSA 9 here at $1,000. Lightly played, moderately played at $175. So it looks like it's, you know, about $300-$400 to get this card near mint. At least. Pretty expensive, but not impossible. Next, we got the Raichu. PSA 10 right now, last sale says $2,500, but when you check the all-time, it still says it's that price. So I don't know if that is correct. But it does say the population is 26, so it could very possibly be that, and we just don't get very many sales of this card. It's very, very possible. That sold $129 in near mint. Nice, easy right off the bat. PSA 7 sold for $107, and a lightly played near mint sold for $90. Now we got the Nidoking. Do love the green on this card. Coming down in price a little bit, was $1,000 in a 10 in April. Now it's $895. Checking that boom price, $3,550. And last sold, see if we can find that near mint. PSA 9, $200. Lightly played, $45. Excellent condition, $65. Grade worthy, $51. So probably around $65-$70. I don't really trust that guy who keeps saying grade worthy. Next, we got the Mewtwo. Obsessed with this card also. Now it's going up right now. $3,000 in a PSA 10. Let's check the boom price. $8,299. Wild. So we got a raw here at $96. Gem Mint 10, $3,158. So that was very recent. Lightly played, moderately played, $50. Here's a 9 for $713. Another 9 for $605. Near mint, lightly played for $99. And we got a near mint down here for $120 for the Mewtwo. So You're going to be paying over $100 for that card near mint. It's my boy Gyarados. Going up in price right now, was $1,800 in May. Now $2,600 in June. Last sold lightly played 50. We got another raw here for 150 and a PSA 9 for 350 and 400 and 435. Another raw for 100. So it looks like you're probably going to be paying a little over $100 for this card to be close to near mint raw. Cruising along. Now we got the Zapdos going up in price a little bit. It's now $2,000 in a PSA 10 about, and it was $5,750 in 2021. And for near mint, we got one here at $83. Is excellent also. And a PSA 9 for $205 and another PSA 9 for $331. Lightly played for $69.99. All right, we got the Magneton. I feel like the Magneton should be the cheapest card in this set, but PSA 10 was $1,500, coming down right now $768. That's quite the drop off. The all-time boom here was $2,600 in 2021. Lightly played raw for 40. Another model you played for 30. A $40 one here, doesn't say condition. $40 lightly played. So probably here's a near mint for $60. I was just about to say $60. And if you look, the population on all these cards is very, very low. Like we're talking, 57 cards in a PSA 10. All right, cruising along. Clefairy. So last sale says $630 in a 10. And in the boom, it was $1,137 in 2019. That sold raw. We got a couple sales here in the 30s. Doesn't say condition. Come on, near mint. $60 for a near mint lightly played. $76 for a PSA 8. Another PSA 8 sold for $105. So 45 here for a lightly played. Not bad. Getting probably around $50 there for near mint. Next, my boy Poliwrath. $1,000 in a PSA 10. Check that all time. So $6,000 in 2020. We got a lightly played $30. Lightly played model we paid $35. Here we got a lightly played $60. $75 lightly played. It also says Venusaur on that one too, so not sure on that. I don't know why you put both Pokemon in the title. $100 raw. Doesn't say near mint either. Wow, nobody likes to put near mint. Here's a PSA 8 sold for $71. So, not bad. And again, you can definitely buy PSA 7s and 8s and crack the slabs and throw them in the binder. No big deal. I do it all the time. All right, we got the Ninetales. We got a few left here. PSA 10, about $2,000. Checking the boom. About $3,200. And last sales, we got a near mint at $65. Says theme deck. PSA 9, $250. Says unique cert. We got another 9 here, $225. $260. Lightly played plus at $60. Another 9 at $207. Not terrible for the Ninetales. Just love that card. All right, Chansey. I'm pretty excited to see the pop on this one. 15 PSA 10s in the world. Now this is very strange. It says the PSA 9 is higher than the PSA 10, but I just don't think the PSA 10 is updated yet because, there's only 15 of them in the world, so the sales just aren't there. So, the PSA 9 high was $3,825 in 2020, and last sold for PSA 9 is $1,150 in July. Yeah, the PSA 10 Chansey just never has sales. So, you can kind of base it off the 9s because they have way more sales because it's somewhat affordable. So let's see if we can find something in near mint. Going to be tough for this card. So yeah, here's that PSA 9 sold for about $1,300. Here's a raw for $70. Lightly played for $50. Some more PSA 9s. Yeah, PSA 9s sell a good amount for this card. Here's near mint, $100. All right, I believe this is the last holo card. And then we're going to check the Dragonair, of course. PSA 10 says $1,700. Checking that all time was $2,000 in 2023. I love Hitmonchan. I love Hitmonlee. Some of my favorite Pokemon. And we got a PSA 9. Oh, wait, no, it says grade 9, but it's actually a PSA 1. Sold for $69.99. That's kind of funny. Let's see if we can find that near mint. $38 for near mint. And let's see if we can find a real PSA 9. $293. All right, got to check that Dragonair. The best art in the set, the best card in the set, the best Pokemon in the set. Let's see, was $290 in April. Now $435 coming up in price. I know, I've been trying to get this card in a PSA 10 actually. We got a PSA 9 here at $88. Another one at $60. I'd buy that anytime. Near mint, 20, 18. Lightly played near mint, 20, 15. So pretty affordable. Ooh, and we got to check that all time. Almost forgot for Dragonair. It was up to $725 in 2021. $740 in 2018. All right, and then we will check the Pikachu Red Cheeks because this card is so popular. Last sold $473. This is the Red Cheeks. Checking that boom price. Last sold $473 in the 10 for the Red Cheeks. Checking the boom price. $2,800 in 2020. And lightly played, moderately played for 20. PSA 9, 208. Doesn't say near mint, but 85. A PSA 9 for 120. Another PSA 9 for 105. Here's a PSA 9 for 90. So it looks like it's just getting cheaper and cheaper. And then here's one for 180. So again, I always say, you know, check the card. Don't just buy the grade. But super cool card. And we got to check the Yellow Cheeks. I do love this Pikachu card. It's probably one of my favorite Pikachu cards. So this card's coming down in price. Was $217 in June. Now $156. Check the boom price. Got up to $1,300 for the Yellow Cheeks. So remember, the Red Cheeks is always more expensive. That sold $20. And a PSA 9 for $55. And there's a PSA 10 for $175. Honestly, I'd buy this card for $175 and a PSA 10. No joke. All right, let's see if we can find any of the products here. See if we can find some base set Shadowless packs. Let's see here. Short Crimp Possible Shadowless Pack, 1,700. Short Crimp Possible Shadowless Pack, 1,600. Same thing, 1,600. And these are all heavy, by the way. Sorry, I forgot to say that. 1,300, 1,500, 1,500, 1,100. Shadowless Venusaur pack, 962. Heavy, 1,100, 1,500, 1,200, 1,200, 1,200. 929 guaranteed Shadowless heavy pack. We got a demo game sealed base set Shadowless booster pack, 499. Another heavy guaranteed Shadowless pack for 919. So it looks like it's going up in price for sure right now. And maybe a lot of people are wanting to get these vintage packs before this whole scanner thing goes everywhere. And we'll check the base set Shadowless box. Looks like there's just one sale here at $92,000 in June of 2024. So yeah, that box is not going to sell very often. And then we also got the theme decks, the Blastoise 1, 421, Brushfire 277, the Overgrowth 252, and the Zap is at 189. All right, we are hopping to the auction. So like I said before, we're doing $1,000 or less, you know, cards that are actually somewhat affordable for us. So we got a first edition Shadowless Venusaur Beckett 8, sold for $1,200. We got an Entei Call of Legends PSA 10, sold for $1,200. Beckett 7.5 Shadowless Charizard, $1,170. We got a Registeel Gold Star Basic CGC, $1,100. We got an Umbreon VMAX in a 10, sold for $1,100. That is pretty cheap, to be honest. There we got the first edition Yellow Cheeks Pikachu in a 10, sold for $1,000. Clefairy first edition in a 9, sold for $1,000. We got the Legendary Collection Reverse Holo Charizard in a CGC 7, sold for $1,000. I love that card. Gold Star Pikachu BGS 8, sold for $1,000. We got the Charizard Gold Star Delta Species in a Beckett 4, sold for $1,000. The Mew EX Legend Maker Holo PSA 10, 990. And we are going to check some Japanese auctions after this too. Same thing, $1,000 or less. We got the Unlimited Shining Mewtwo in a 9,960. First edition Jungle Victory Bell in a 10,930. We got an Aquapolis Houndoom in a CGC 10. That's the basic one, 930. Ooh, we got a Raikou Gold Star PSA 10, 930. Pikachu Gold Star Beckett 7, 900. First edition Shadowless Magneton in a PSA 9, 870. Oh, you don't see these very often. The Platinum Supreme Victors Holo Rayquaza in a PSA 10. And a Black and White Dragons Exalted Cosmos Holo Gyarados PSA 10 sold for 870. First edition Shadowless Squirtle in a 10 sold for 840. We got the Charizard from EX Dragon here. We have a CGC 10 sold for 810. That's the basic one. We got a XY Black Star Promo Worlds Finalist Champion in a PSA 8. It says just one graded, but it says PSA population 1 of 7. I'm guessing just one graded in the 8. Sold for 810. Then we got a first edition Shadowless Alakazam. That purple on the card just pops. In a Beckett 8, this is a thick stamp, sold for 780, which I've noticing the thick stamps don't gain as much premium as they used to. The sales are pretty close from what I've noticed. Shadowless Magneton in a PSA 10, 780. First edition Charmeleon PSA 10, 780. Same thing for the Kadabra, first edition, 780 in a 10. And Charmander in a 10, first edition, 750. We got a Unlimited Shining Tyranitar in a 9 for 750. It's Japanese. We got an Umbreon VMAX in a 9 for 750. Another one for 750. We got another Promo Worlds for, I think that's the same card, in an 8. It says 720. We got the Mega Charizard from XY Generations in a PSA 10 sold for 720. I think that's a good sale. There's my girl Dratini in a PSA 10, first edition, sold for 690. That's what I like to see. Legendary Collection Reverse Holo Charizard in a CGC 5.5, sold for 690. Beckett 9.5 Legendary Collection Flareon sold for 690. None graded higher. I feel like that card should be worth a little more, to be honest. We got a first edition Shadowless Gyarados Thick Stamp BGS 8.5. Base set Shadowless Holo Charizard in a 6.5 Beckett 660. Love this card. The base set Beedrill first edition in a 10 660. Legendary Collection Beckett 9.5 for 630. We got a Gengar VMAX in a PSA 10 630. First edition Thick Stamp Holo base set Mewtwo in a Beckett 7.5. And I love these EX cards. I'm collecting these right now. The Scyther from Ruby and Sapphire in a 10. Sold for 600. We got a Salamence from Platinum Arceus. This is a holo, sold for 600 bucks in a 10. We got a Giratina V in a 10 for $600. That card was almost $1,000. And we got the Lapras EX from Ruby and Sapphire in a 10, 588. And we got the Ho-Oh EX in a PSA 9, 588. First edition Arcanine in a 10, 576. First edition Ivysaur in a 10, 576. First edition Articuno from Fossil in a basic CGC 10, sold for 576. All these are ending on 576. First edition non-holo Electrode from base set in a 10, sold for 564. We got a Beckett 8 Gyarados. First edition Thick Stamp, sold for 552. And we got a non-holo Dark Charizard first edition in a 10, sold for 552 for PSA. And we got a Shadowless first edition Electabuzz in a 10, sold for 540. And we got the Rayquaza VMAX in a 10, 540. We got the Magikarp in a 10 for 540. We got the Zapdos from Platinum Arceus in a holo, population 1 of 12 in a 10, 528. Another Gengar for 528. Shadowless Holo Charizard, Beckett 5, 516. And we got the first edition Shadowless Dugtrio at 516 bucks in a 10, and another Rayquaza at $516. And to end it off, we got the 2011 Call of Legends Holo Dialga in a CGC Basic 10, sold for 592. So let me know down below if you guys do like this one better, and I could even do like $500 down to $100. And I mean, I could keep going. There is, you know, probably double what I just went through, which I don't mind. Just let me know down in the comments what you guys think on what you want to see. But at least we've seen some cards here that a lot of people are actually buying. And next we'll do Japanese. Same thing. We won't do it nearly as many, but starting off right around $1,000. We got the Japanese XY promo box holo Mario Pikachu in a PSA 10, 1200. That's the thing with the Japanese cards. They are a mouthful for these titles. We got the Rayquaza VMAX Alt Art at $1,100 in a PSA 10. Another one of the Pikachu at $1,100. We got the Promo Munch Scream Pikachu in a Beckett 9 for $1,000. Oh, we got a awesome vending Pikachu card in a basic CGC 10 for $1,000. Another Top Sun Prism Pikachu card for $1,000 in a PSA 9. Love those cards. Man, this is like my favorite Suicune card from Team Rocket Returns. You cannot beat this card. Japanese PSA 10 sold for $1,000. I do love this Pikachu here, this promo. Zoom in on it with the Sagalea and Lunala. Japanese promo champ Beckett Gold 10 sold for $1,000. We got a 2018 Charisma Full Art Lycia PSA 10 sold for $1,000. Another one of those Pikachus, $990. We got a Full Art Reshiram PSA 10. This is like one of the first gold cards ever, or this is the first gold card ever. We got a Japanese promo here. They got like the best promos. Japanese cards, I swear. Back at 9.5, sold for $930. We got the Japanese Shining Gyarados in a PSA 9, sold for $900. Miracle Crystal Holo Charizard in a 10, sold for $900. And again, we got another Rocket Returns card. We got the Raikou at $870 in a 10. Gold Star Charizard in a PSA 5 at $870. Another awesome Pikachu promo card. That's from the Festa promo battle in XY in a 10 for $870. I just absolutely love this card. I love this set. I'm collecting it right now. Very, very expensive though. PSA 10 Snorlax $840. And we got a black label here. BGS from Japanese 151, the Pikachu, sold for $840. Super crazy. Top Sun Greenback Pikachu in a 10 CGC basic, sold for $810. We got a Full Art Sightseer from Tag Team, $780 in a 10. And we got a Japanese CD promo Holo Charizard, sold for $750, and a Japanese XY promo Battle Festa Magikarp in a 10, sold for $750. Another one of those Sightseers. We got a Vending Series 3 Pikachu in a 10, sold for $720. Man, another Team Rocket card. The Mewtwo sold for $720 in a 10. And the Stormfront First Edition Holo Charizard sold for $690 in a 10. The Japanese Top Sun Prism Venusaur in a 9 sold for $660. And to end it all off, we are checking out the Japanese Sun and Moon promo Limited Master Battle Pikachu. Just super crazy. All these cards are just wild. PSA 10 sold for $660. Absolutely insane. I don't get why they get all these awesome promos and we don't get any of these awesome promos. Makes me a little jealous sometimes, but I don't want to be paying hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, maybe even thousands of dollars just for an exclusive promo. I like my cards where you can actually pull it. But all right, that was today's Pokemon Throwback Thursday. Like I said, we did switch it up a bit, so please let me know in the comments if you guys like this a little bit better. Maybe next week we'll do Fossil or Jungle or whatever you guys want. Again, thank you guys so much for all the support. It really, really means a ton. If you guys could just do one thing, hop over to my Instagram and please give me a follow there. I would really, really appreciate it. And if you guys do want to do more, like I said before, leave a like and a comment. That helps the most. And you can join my membership. It's only 99 cents a month. I try to make everything as cheap as possible. And you can check out my eBay store. But all right, I want you guys to have a great day. And if you want to watch my last Pokemon What If Wednesday, click this video here. Otherwise, we'll see you next time.